Make sure to hit that follow button.
Right. Where are we?
Earth, Milky Way.
Podcast.
So I'm in the middle of nowhere, Missouri, so yeah.
Earth, Milky Way.
Podcast.
So I'm in the middle of nowhere, Missouri, so yeah.
Right. Yeah, we're live.
I'm in the middle of
Hit
nowhere,
it.
Missouri, so yeah.
Right. Yeah, we're live.
I'm in the middle of
Hit
nowhere,
it.
Missouri.
Right, yeah, audio's coming through. Okay, I can hear all three of us. Right, we're doing you, huh?
Let's kick this pig.
Oink.
What did the pig do?
I don't know, but apparently he did something.
Right, let's bring on the bacon. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly? I think we're just getting started.
Medic!
I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 847 of the Overseas Connection podcast. We're here every Sunday, 3 p.m. in the East Coast. The rest of you can figure it out. We're here to talk about games. Normally, you would have your illustrious host, Greg DeLacy, but he's off at another bridal convention. So you got me, Chris Matthew, gamertag OC_CP Matthew on Xbox, and they still call me Moose on Steam. Joining me this week, putting the Overseas and Overseas Connection, is Mr. Mark Wright.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Kim. Hi, everyone. Yeah, Greg is apparently fixing suspender belts under women's wedding dresses. So there you go. Great job if you can get it.
It's a tough life, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
And joining us, as always, classing up the joint from somewhere in the middle of America, is Kim Woods.
I don't know about classing up the joint, but I do try, So anyway, I'm happy to be here. And like he said, ignore the show title. It is 847, not 846. So anyway.
Yeah, because somebody's changed the password and not updated the document. Mentioning our names, Greg. Greg.
Well, I don't know who would do a thing like that, but apparently it rhymes with Greg DeLacy. So there we go. All right. We do like to talk about games, but before we talk about games, you get to suffer through a little bit of our lives with us after Mr. Wright plays a little jingle.
Oh, crap, that's me, isn't it?
That's you.
No. There we go.
Everyone here loves story time, our favorite time of the day.
All right. I'll kick us off. My story time was relatively brief. As I mentioned last week, our kids were off at camp for the week. So it was just the two of us. So on Tuesday, we went down and we spent an evening and a day down in New York City, just kind of being tourists in our own hometown. It was kind of fun. Ate dinner in a restaurant that kind of overlooks Times Square, and then spent the morning walking around Times Square. Did not go to the NFL headquarters, thanks to the warning from Mr. DeLacy. We did visit the Lego store because I'm a bit of a Lego fanatic, and they do have some really awesome things built there. Giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, giant Batman minifig, all kinds of cool stuff. And then we saw a show. We went to see Moulin Rouge, which is a musical based off of the musical movie, which is based off of I Learned a Real Club in Paris. So maybe someday I'll have to go check out the actual Moulin Rouge. We chose to see that one because Wayne Brady was guest starring. And if you're not familiar with his work, he's on Whose Line Is It Anyway? He's done lots of sketch comedy. I think he's currently hosting Let's Make a Deal Just a really funny live performer. So we really enjoyed that show. And then we had a quiet house, and then all of a sudden we had our kids plus some other kids and some friends, and it was just crowded. And then when you go from really quiet to really crowded, sometimes the introverts like me, we need an adjustment period. And so that's today. That's today.
Did you have a good time at camp?
The kids had a great time.
Yeah.
They get to swim. There's a lake and a pool they can swim in. They get to go tubing, get towed on an inner tube behind a boat. There's like one of those plastic rock climbing walls. They do all kinds of shenanigans. So they had a great time. They're already asking when they can go back. So that's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. That's my story time. Nice and brief. Since I've just seen Mark update his story time, we're going to see what's going on with Mr. Wright.
Yeah,
Mr. Wright.
Mine's very brief as well, because just every week at work, it's just so busy. For a little independent garage, it's packed out constantly. We're fully booked now till end of August, so can't complain because it keeps me in a job, doesn't it? But yeah, it's just so busy, man. It's so busy. I'm absolutely shattered when I come home from work. It's such a physically demanding job. So not done that much this week, apart from we finished off The Last of Us Part 2. We only had one episode left on that. And after playing the game and loving the game, I found Season 2 of The Last of Us quite disappointing, really. I don't think it carries as much weight as what the game did. It's okay. Yeah, a bit disappointing, and it stops midway through. There's another season to finish the second half of the game off, so we're only halfway through. Whereas the first season did the whole of the first game, and the first season I found was a lot better. But then we started a new season because we always do one show at a time. We don't like to do take on 2 or 3 shows at once. So we started Clarkson's Farm 4. Any of you guys seen Clarkson's Farm on Amazon? Oh, it's hilarious. So Jeremy Clarkson, famous English car journalist who's done Top Gear, many years of Top Gear and then the Grand Tour. He bought a farm and is now on his 4th season of Clarkson's Farm, where he films his day-to-day shenanigans on the farm, and it's just absolutely hilarious. But it's also got a serious side to it about the heartache and the hard work what farmers have to go through in Britain, and the stupid hoops and government legislation and what's abound, and planning permission and all that crap. So yeah, it's a really good watch. If you haven't seen it, there's 4 full seasons on Amazon now, and it's a really good watch. There's some touching moments, and there's a lot of hilarity, and a lot of times when Jeremy Clarkson is just a bundling idiot. And we've watched a movie as well this week. We've watched Final Destination Bloodlines. Now, this got a lot of critic slamming, and a lot of people saying it was rubbish. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. But I love stuff like this. I love all the Final Destination movies. My favourite one, I think it was the second one with the motorway with the logs on the wagon and that. But yeah, it's got a lot of throwbacks to a lot of the other Final Destinations because it ties them all together. And it's it's not an origin story, but it is an origin story tied into a modern day thing. It's quite interesting how they've done it, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it. And there's a very touching tribute and the last screen work for Tony Todd. And you can see he's really ill in this. But I saw a filmed interview, but I saw a written interview with him, and he said he wanted to do this no matter what. He had to do this last film before the illness took him. And it's so touching, man. And there's a nice tribute at the end of the movie. So yeah, Final Destination. It's typical Final Destination movies. If you've seen them before, it's the same sort of thing where death's stalking these people who should have died and they didn't. They managed to escape because someone had a premonition. And it's just so good. It's so gory. It's so juicy. So yeah, well worth a watch. And if you haven't seen any of your Final Final Destination movies, where have you been? Have you been under a rock? They're just brilliant. The first one, when was the first one? Must be 92, 93. They've been going a long time now, haven't they? I'm sure Chris is going to Google that now.
I have to. You summoned me.
Yeah. But yeah, every single movie I've loved. There's been a few better than others, but yeah. Yeah, it's got to be early 90s.
First one was actually 2000.
Oh, was it?
2000.
Oh, wow. That's the one with Flight 183, is it? Something like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
I think I saw the first. I think I saw the first three.
Yeah.
It seems like we're on the seventh destination or something, right?
Yeah.
None of them were actually final. It's kind of like Final Fantasy, right? We're on the 16th one.
The word final is a bit misleading, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, so that's about it for me this week. Bit boring week again.
All right. Well, you know what? At our age, a bit boring is okay. Someone who's not having a boring week is Kim Woods. Kim, raindrops keep falling on your head. What's going on?
Yeah. We've noticed, I don't know, it's been off and on the last couple of months. I've noticed we've had a leak in our ceiling, which is odd. So we've kind of dealt with it. And finally here the other day, as I was sitting on the couch and the boys were here and we're all, I don't know, watching TV or something. And I started to feel like raindrops hitting my head. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I look up and of course there's a leak above my head dripping on me and the couch. So I'm like, all right, this is not going to stand. And then bad enough, I walked into my room. I talked about this last week a little bit. And there was a puddle in the floor, like right between my nightstand and where my Xbox is. And I'm like, all right, that's not going to
sure it wasn't you sure it wasn't cat pee?
You know what? I thought that at first because I hadn't realized that it leaked. Obviously, my first thought was yelling at the cats because I thought, all right, which one of you assholes pissed in my floor? But when I cleaned it up, I honestly realized that nope, this is not yellow, so it's not cat pee. So. And it didn't smell, so obviously, it wasn't cat pee. So I mentioned it to Dad, and next week we've got like 3 days, well, this coming week, I guess. We have like 3 days upcoming of rain. And we've had a lot of rain lately. Like the last time it rained, we got like close to 5 inches of rain in like a couple hours. So that, that's pretty good. But anyway, so here I was. It was nice yesterday, so I looked at Dad and I said, look, I don't want to sound like a harpy, but, we've got leaks going on, and I don't want my, $500 Xbox to get rained on, and then I have to buy another Xbox. Not to mention my couch is being rained on, and, I am, and everything else. Let's get this, fixed before it ruins the floor and God knows whatever else. So he went up in the attic and looked around, and we found a couple of spots where it looked questionable, so he fixed those, and then he got up on the roof, which I'm sure people were looking at my 75-year-old father up on my roof, wondering what kind of person I was. But honestly, if you know my father and as bullheaded as he is, there's nothing I can do to keep him off the roof. So, whatever. There was some loose. We have a metal roof, and apparently there was some loose screws or something. So he was up there tightening up the screws, and he cleaned out the gutter and all that. So anyway, long story short, hopefully we'll find out if we got the leaks fixed. I won't know until, of course, it rains again. So, fingers crossed. We don't have to go back up on the roof again.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a leaky roof.
Right? And that was the whole point we put putting the metal roof on the house anyway, was leaks, and well, then we got them anyway. But we've lived over here 8 years at this point, so you're gonna have that sort of thing show up. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Anything else fun happening, Kim? Maybe something that the rest of us can't do?
Well, I don't know about fun, but I've got horses. I've talked about them before. And here the other day when Dad fed them, they didn't come up to eat. Well, he went looking around for them, didn't say anything, and left for work. So I thought, all right, maybe I'll go back and see if I can find them. Well, also, like I said, we had 5 inches of rain. But by that time, I figured it was more or less, taken care of. I was wrong because I was wearing tennis shoes, and I proceeded to lose at least one shoe in a mud puddle. And yeah, so that was a fun walk back. The horses were fine. They were out in the hayfield. They still didn't want to come up to eat. I assume they like the grass more than the horse feed. I don't know. So it's been fun. What in the world is that?
Sorry.
Anyway,
sorry.
Aha! Thought for a minute we were, being invaded or something. And more farm related woes. I was packing water to the critters yesterday, and apparently I pulled my shoulder. So that's fun.
Oh,
so if I
pulled
make
my
like
shoulder
a
this
random
week as well.
face, yeah. So if I make a random like weird face, or I'm just sitting here rubbing my shoulder, that's why. Because whatever I pulled, not only does it hurt my shoulder, but it shoots all the way up my neck too. So that's fun.
Yeah.
So
all connected.
It's so easy to damage it, but it takes ages to repair, doesn't it, to heal itself.
Right.
I've been doing an engine on an old van, and because we've got a low roof, I can't send it high on the ramp, so I've been doing a lot of crawling about on the floor at my age. So yeah, and I pulled my shoulder as well this week, Kim. So I know how you feel.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, I was doing well, and it's not like it's a job that I don't do just about every day, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, what is that, and what did I just do? So hopefully I just pulled something, and I didn't screw up my rotator cuff or anything like that, but I've done it before, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, other than that, I'm super excited. Battlefield 6 had their multiplayer trailer come out the other day, and that's got me super psyched. So.
Even the single player one was fantastic, wasn't it? The trailer.
Right. So yeah, I'm excited to get back into Battlefield, and especially the old Battlefield. I had so much fun during 3 and 4 that it just, I'm ready for that to come back again.
Yeah.
So
and this harks back to 3 and 4, where they sort of like moved away a little bit, didn't they, with Battlefield 1 for World War 1, and then there was what was the other one we just did? 2042 was Battlefield, and 2042 is pretty good. I enjoyed that. But yeah, this is harking back to 3 and 4, and yeah, it looks superb. I've actually pre-ordered this already, so yeah, I can't wait. And it's not out by October.
Right? I know. Well, I got into the early access beta, which how betas go. I mean, I'll try to get in there, and it'll probably be screwed up, and I won't be able to get in there. So 2 extra days aren't really going to kill me, but I'm excited.
They've been a bit sly about that, because on the 7th and 8th of August, there's a closed beta. And then it opens up on the 9th and 10th. So there's literally 4 days of it, but only 2 days are for open beta. But the closed one, you had to sign up to the Battlefield Labs. But they didn't say you had to sign up to Battlefield Labs to get this beta. It was just one of the things you signed up to. And I thought I'd signed up to it at one time, but both you, Kim, and Phil, you've both got the email saying you've got into the beta. Yeah, I'm well jealous.
And the only reason I got into it was because they sent me a deal about playtesting, and maybe playtesting it, and that's why I signed up for it. Of course, nothing ever came of it, so I didn't think anything more about it. But
and I'm signed up to EA Battlefield emails and marketing and stuff. I always have been. So, but yeah, I never got a thing. So I'm a bit gutted, really. And also, if you watch some streams, you could get access codes on the streams. But the streams were last week, and that weren't advertised well. Well, I didn't see it anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, I'll just have to wait for the rest.
That until the multiplayer trailer. I think when they mentioned that, I'm like,
yeah.
Right. So other than that, that's about it for me. So
that's how they get you to pay attention, right? They don't tell you when the good stuff's coming. They just throw it in there. You gotta be watching all the time. Yeah.
Surprise.
Surprise. Well, the discussion of Battlefield is an excellent lean into our community question. A rare appearance of Greg DeLacy on Discord in the future, and he asks, posing a question for the team, thinking about shooter games. We all have an affinity for and then he did some kind of typo. I put genre in question marks. We all have an affinity for the genre, but besides the generic needs to be fun answer, what is the most important element of a shooter for you? I.e. aim controls, movement controls, graphical fidelity, smooth gameplay, etc. Props for getting an IE and an etc. in the same piece of parentheses. That type of typing is called ADHD, Greg. And what would you say is the least important to you for you to enjoy the game? And now that I've butchered reading that question to give both of you lots of time to think about it, I'm going to flip a pretend coin. And my pretend coin is going to say that Mark gets the first word. Mark, what's your essential feature for a shooter game, and what can you just not be bothered with?
I don't know, because I'm typing a message to Greg, and I hadn't even thought about it. I didn't hear what word you said.
All right.
Can
what do you
Kim go
think?
first? I'm replying to
All right,
Greg about the show titles.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go from the bottom of the question up. For the thing that I don't really care about, and I know this is weird considering I've talked about them before, but I don't care about like the character skins. That stuff doesn't really bother me. I mean, yes, COD has it, and I've been known to buy some, but if they weren't there, it wouldn't bother me. So, and like and Battlefield will apparently have skins, but they're not going to be the outlandish ones that you see on COD. So like Nicki Minaj is not going to come out of somewhere and blow the shit out of me.
Or a cartoon
thankful for
Beavis
that.
and Butthead. Constantly bloody
Right. We're
teabagging
not
them.
gonna have any of that. Or screaming when they're on fire or whatever the hell. that
Yeah,
deal
real
was.
funny. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That got old after a little bit. So yeah, the like I said, the skin part of it does not bother me. As for what I like about it, well, Battlefield. They don't have that weird matrixy like sliding across the floor, jumping around sort of crap that COD is done for. So that's nice. Because I came from Battlefield before I started playing COD. So it was weird once I jumped to COD and I'm sitting there trying to play it and I'm just slow as hell because, there's a definite difference between playing Battlefield and then playing Call of Duty. So, and Battlefield's more realistic, if that makes sense. And I think I like that about it. And the destruction sort of thing, I like the destruction. Knowing you can go up in a building and not 5 seconds later, if you're not careful, that damn thing's going to come down on your head and kill you. So, I think that's what I like about it. So, I don't know if that answers your question, but there you go.
Excellent.
Yeah, so with the realism part of it and the speed, I don't like Twitch shooters. So I class Call of Duty as a Twitch shooter because now I'm getting older. I haven't got the reactions and like stuff like Apex Legends and Valorant. I can't play them anymore. I'm too old for that crap. So, but then like Friday night we put a lot of blops together, and then we introduced Chris to PUBG Friday night, and the pacing of that game compared to Black Ops completely different. It's like you're running on treacle. It's such a slow down, but I find it a lot better and a lot easier. And Battlefield isn't as much of a Twitch shooter. It is fast and furious at times when you're in the heat of a battle, but I find it more paced. So I'm definitely more of a Battlefield player. I always have been. I loved 3 and 4. And Bad Company. Bad Companies were my favourites back in the day. So a good shooter for me is responsive controls, decent aiming, fluid visuals. So not like it's got to have a pretty decent frame rate and not patchy. And the audio for me, I'm a bit of an audio freak when it comes to games. And that's where Battlefield excels as well. The audio in Battlefield, especially with the explosions of its destruction, just fantastic. So yeah, I hope that answers that.
I think those are excellent answers. I personally, I think the gunplay has to be good. Like the guns have to feel different, right? You shouldn't, if it says that it's an SMG, then you should be able to move around quickly with it, but you shouldn't be shooting across the map with it, right? If it says it's a light machine gun, you should have some good medium to long range engagements, but it should take you a little while to get set up, kind of thing. So I think that gunplay has to be there, and cover, whether it's a snap to cover system like Gears of War, or whether it's Call of Duty where you could move fast enough to kind of peek in and out of cover. There has to be some use of cover, but then I'd like to bring in the destructive environments where if someone just camps out in some spot, then you can just delete that spot, right? That's a nice feature.
Right.
Yeah. I am not What do I not care about? We already said game skins. That's kind of an easy answer. I think that I'm not too bothered about game skins. I'm going to stick with game skins as I'm thinking about all the features that make Battlefield.
I've got another good.
All right.
Microtransactions, pay to win. That should not be
Oh.
a shooter. Yeah.
But
I agree with that.
Skins,
it's
fair
Electronic
enough.
Arts, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
gonna
skins
be
is fair enough.
microtransactions.
There's no advantage, but pay to win, that shouldn't be there. And I know Battlefield is guilty of this because in the other Battlefield games, you could buy the unlocks to all the weapons without having to level them up, couldn't you? You could buy the assault pack, the medic pack, so you can get all the weapons all at once. So I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, I think none of us are. None of us really like pay to win.
Apart from the devs.
Yeah. Apart from the developers, right? They like some cash in their pocket, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. So thanks for the question from our fearless host, Greg DeLacy, who took some time out of his bridal showers to write us a nice question to get us kicked off on our discussions. Let's hear about some free games that we get because we pay for them. If you would, please, Kim.
Alrighty. Yeah, I've got a few. Prime's not up yet, but I'll get those in as soon as they are released. But for now, we have PlayStation Plus, and that is Lies of P for the PS5 and PS4, DayZ for the PS4, and My Hero 1's Justice 2. My Hero 1's Justice... Okay, Justice 2, whatever. It's for the PS4, so there you go for your PlayStation Plus for the month. So far for Game Pass, we have Farming Simulator 25, which of course Tony will be excited about, although I think I bought him 25, I can't remember. He loves those damn farm simulator games, and they just bore the ever-loving shit out of me, because, well, I work a farm, so, yeah. Madden NFL 26, and I think there's a 10-hour preview, like a demo thing for EA. Senua's Saga, gosh darn it, I can't talk. Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Hurdling, and of course, Gears of War Reloaded will be out this month.
I thought Hellblade 2 was already out.
Well, it's on, I guess, back on Game Pass, apparently.
All right. I didn't know it left Game Pass because I've had it installed for ages. I've not even played it yet.
Maybe they put it on like the core Game Pass this time.
Yeah.
That would be what I would think.
So I know Greg's played it from Game Pass when it first came out.
Right. So that'd be my guess, is maybe it's just now on the
there's
core
2 tiers now, isn't there? Yeah, it's confusing now.
Yeah, it is a little confusing. I'm like, just give us one and call it good, but whatever. And then for Epic this week, until the 7th, we have Keylocker and Pilgrims. So there you go. That's your free aims so far.
So I just looked up this hurdling game because the name sounds funny.
Right.
It looks as though you're literally herding some giant beasts through the Himalayan mountains, some kind of giant mythical creatures. So there you go. It's your Sherpa simulator, ready to rock. Any of those getting you excited, ready to play? Or I guess.
Well, yeah, right. The Gears one, because I never actually finished the first 2 campaigns, so I probably should do that at some point. But other than that, not really.
Hellblade 2 for me, because the first Senua's Saga is a fantastic game. I loved that game.
That's what it's called. I couldn't spit it out apparently, but Mark's got it. He knows what I was talking about.
Victory. All right. There you have it. More to follow on free games because we pay for them as we learn more about Game Pass and Prime Gaming for this month. All right. And speaking of games, we're going to talk about what we've been playing. Let's see.
Did you want a jingle?
Of course I do.
All right. You carried on talking. I'll play the jingle.
Today I feel like playing computer games.
It's game time. Before we start talking about what we were playing, shout out to Inf the Bro. Welcome to the chat, Jay. He says that basic good movement is why he likes Counter-Strike 2 in relation to our community question.
I can't believe why it's still so popular after all these years. And it's still top on Steam. It's the most played game on Steam. And it's like I introduced my lads to online gaming with Counter-Strike 1.6 back in the day. And he still plays it now, so I'm a proud father.
Good gameplay is good gameplay, and it just lasts, right?
Yeah.
Well, since we're already on you, Mark, why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
Well, I have been I've been playing Dune Awakening as usual. It's been 2 months now since launch. But Friday night I felt a little bit not burnt out on it, but I just needed to take a break. So I took a break and we did some Black Ops Online multiplayer, which we had a lot of fun. A lot of frustrations, but a lot of fun. We had some really good games and we had some not so good games. And we found a few people which we think were cheating, especially the guy with a sniper who didn't even aim and he was getting headshot after headshot, which seemed a bit sus. But yeah, and then afterwards we had some games of PUBG, and that was I always enjoy PUBG, no matter, even though I'm not good at it. And I don't have brilliant games sometimes. I just love PUBG because it's a slower paced game. You can have a lot of banter and have some good chats. And there was me, Chris, Snoogans, and Jay, and it was just a laugh. And like just stuff like running people over by accident. Like it's just hilarious. Like Chris ran to the car and yeah, go on, what you say.
Oh yeah, I had fun playing PUBG, although I felt lost the whole time. I was just following the three of you around. But yeah, somebody ran me over with the car.
It was Jay. But Jay said that you ran into the car as he was backing up. So
yeah. So, insurance fraud, right?
Yeah. yeah. But yeah, so I mean, and that gave me the itch to go back to quite a while ago. I played the first half of the story missions on Modern Warfare 2. This is going back quite a few months now. And it gave me the itch to go back to that. So I fired up Call of Duty game launcher, tried to launch Modern Warfare 2. Would it launch? Would it heck? It says launching the game and then it just stopped. And it took me a while to figure out, well, it was Sarah actually, RCGC, who actually informed me that Modern Warfare 2 and 3 no longer need the launcher, so I had to uninstall them through Xbox Game Pass and then reinstall them, and it actually installs it as a separate game now, and that worked. So I've done some more missions on that. I've done the dreaded mission where you're actually on the run and you have to craft stuff to survive. You remember that one in Modern Warfare 2?
I have never played that one, so I was going to ask.
Yeah.
So I just fired this up this afternoon. Because like you, I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's play that. I seem to remember Modern Warfare 2 being a very different game. Was there a version of this that came out a while ago that was different?
Yeah, so there was the original Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox 360. And then in 2018, they brought out a new Modern Warfare, and then this was a follow-up. I can't remember. I think this was 2 years after. So this is a reimagining of Modern Warfare 2. The original Modern Warfare 2 had the No Russians airport scene at the start.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have
and
that.
It won. Because the original one had, if I remember right, Ian McKidd was the voice of Soap.
Right.
Right, and that he's not in this new game. Yeah, okay, so that explains why
all the characters are there. I don't know about the voice actors, but all the Soap and the Ghost, they're all there. Shepherd,
Soap, Ghost, Price, they're all there.
Yeah. And I'm really enjoying the story, and it's just taking a twist. Which I have played this a long time ago on Xbox, and I didn't think I'd finished it, but I do remember these missions. But it's been so long ago, I'm enjoying it again. And there's a sort of like token sniper mission. There's a car chase scene, which can get frustrating because they start dropping landmines in front of you, and it's a bit frustrating. And when the vehicle gets damaged, you have to jump from vehicle to vehicle, and it can get a bit frustrating. But yeah, it's good. The visuals for a game, I think it's got to be 6 or 7 years old. This game, it looks amazing. The facial animations. Infinity Ward's done a superb job graphically on this. But yeah, really enjoying it.
it-
I've done 14 missions now. I think there's 17 altogether. I'm not far off.
It does look amazing.
Yeah.
I think this was 2022, so it's
Right,
about
okay,
3
yeah.
years old.
All right. Okay. So it's
But
younger
yeah,
than I thought
it's-
then. Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
about 2019.
I think
Yeah.
Modern Warfare, the Modern Warfare reboot was 2019, and then this was 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really
So,
good.
all right.
And then I've got Modern Warfare 3 to go at, and then I'm going to do what you've done. I'm going to play the Black Ops.
Yeah.
So really good. But yeah, so Dune Awakening. I'll give you an update on where I am with Dune Awakening. So
Wait, let me guess. You're in the desert.
yeah, there's a lot of sand that gets stuck in all the cracks. There's a big worm.
Of course, and it's irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah. So there's still, I'm over 150 hours in now. It's been out 2 months, and I've still got plenty of side missions to do. I've not done them all yet. I've still got some of the class training specific missions to do. So there's still a lot of stuff there to do. I am getting a little bit of. It's getting repetitive now. But after 150 hours, I think you're going to get that out of you because it's the same thing over and over again. Go do this test lab, go do that mission. And so, but me and Jay's been sort of like testing out the deep desert area. So that's the end game area where you travel to, and half of it is PvE and half of it is PvP. We've not done any PvP because we're not that brave yet. But yeah, the deep desert has its own unique challenges, and every week it resets a map. So if you build a base there, every Tuesday morning that base is gone. So you have to start again.
Oh.
So yeah.
Can you if you get there, say Monday night,
Yeah.
can you scrap that base and get all your kit back?
You can demolish it and then get your resources back and save it for the following day. So yeah, that is what we're gonna do. I did that last time. I had a small base, but now we've built a bigger base. Our plan was to get a buggy over there. We're going to dismantle a buggy, take the buggy over in parts, so you can put storage on your helicopter, your ornithopter. So we're going to transport the buggy over there, reassemble it, and then use the buggy to mine the resources. Because when you use the miner on the cutter ray on a buggy, you get a lot more resources from that one node than you would with a handheld cutter ray. But unfortunately, the buggy cutter ray does not mine the 2 resources which are in the deep desert, which is strontium and titanium. So
you could have said any words you wanted just then, and we'd have all believed you.
Yeah.
So we're having to do that by hand anyway. But yeah, it's different. It's interesting, and we've done a bit of exploring. There are some PvP areas in the PvP area. It's hard to explain. So there's some control points. So if you're in this small vicinity of this control point, and it does warn you, it does go into PvP mode. But I've not really met anyone in the deep desert much. We've seen a few helicopters fly over, and we've seen a few little bases here and there in the deep desert, but we haven't really seen that many people. But it is a big area, so it's different.
Fallout 76 had a similar mechanic where you can switch off PvP unless you're in some very specific areas of the map. There's little workshops that you control and get extra resources from. If you're in there, then all bets are off. So it sounds like it's kind of similar thing.
Yeah. So a part of the end game thing is you can align with either House Atreides or House Harkonnen. They are going to bring out a third faction eventually in a future update on the roadmap. But we've all gone for Atreides. And the majority of us are now assigned to Atreides. I've assigned the guild, what we're in, to House Atreides. So what you can do is you can do faction missions and build up your reputation. And once you get to a certain level of reputation, you can buy house-specific skins for your vehicles, your building materials, furniture, and stuff like that. So I've managed to get mine up to the max level of 5, and I've got all the skins now. So and they're not cheap; they're a lot of money. The in-game currency is called Solaris, and for example, the Ornithopter skin is 60,000. It's not too difficult to come by the money, but it's a bit of a grind. So yeah, I've done
So
all
which
that.
house? Which house are
Atreides.
Beavis and Butthead in?
Who's Beavis and Butthead?
Well, the cartoon from the 90s was Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Recent Call of Duty season rewards Beavis and Butthead skins. I'm just curious if Beavis and Butthead
not that sort of
skins.
skin. No, they're not that sort of
No.
skins.
All
No,
right.
no. These are like, so your Ornithopter has a basic look to it, but if you're in House Atreides or House Harkonnen, you can make your Ornithopter more like their colour scheme and slightly different shape. But yeah, the skins on the clothing are just the main uniform and the colour scheme. It's nothing like you don't have Nicki Minaj running around and Snoop Dogg and all that lot.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I
there's
think
also-
Snoop Dogg would be. He would like the spice.
Oh
He would
yeah,
like the
it'd love
spice.
a spice. Yeah, yeah. But so there's this other end game thing which I need to look into this. I still haven't figured it out. It's called Landsrad. So you do specific objectives, and you sort of like competing with House Harkonnen to get these done. And if you look on the social page on the Landsrad, you can see who's sort of like got the most. And at the moment, Atreides are winning, and my contribution it's in the bottom left because I've been looking for this certain schematic. I've been in this certain area and I've been killing a lot of these AI enemies, which are part of one of the missions. So I've contributed quite a lot to that. So I'm hoping that on Tuesday I'll get a reward for that as part of a contribution. So, but I don't 100% know how it works yet. I'll report back on that next week.
In universe, the Landsrad is the sort of government of the galaxy. That's the collection of all the noble houses.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So when you go on the Landsrad page, there's all these boxes, and each one is a different house. And you have to find their representative on the map. Some are in the deep desert and some are in the main map. And you go to talk to them, and I think it activates that Landsrad for that week. Because some of them are locked still, and it's a race to get to that person first, and then to like complete that mission before the following Tuesday. So yeah, I think that's how it works anyway. But yeah, so I'm still loving it. I still love the game. I'm still unlocking certain things I haven't had before. There's a cut array I want called the Tal cut array, and from next week they're changing with the next update. They're changing how you get it, and it's going to be even harder to get. And it's a really hard drop as it is. It only drops in 3 places, and I have been farming these 3 places all day today, and I've not got it dropped. Jay got it first bloody time with Jammy Bugger.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So also, it was interesting listening to Phil last week saying he had all these problems with game crashes. But yeah, there's a few little bugs. There's a few things what really pissed me off. I had it again today. Whereas if you get sort of like overrun by the shielded guys with the swords, and there's like 2 of them on you, it can trap you in a corner. Because they stagger you, you can't jump out, you can't escape, and you're stuck in a corner till they down you. And I find that really frustrating. And Phil's suggested jumping on something so they have to pull out a gun, and then when they shoot, the shield drops, and then you can shoot them, which does work, but it's hard to jump out of there when you're trapped and you're staggered. But yeah, so getting back to what Phil was saying, he's had a lot of crashes. I haven't had many crashes at all. So, but I'm on a different GPU, so I don't know if it's GPU driver issue. So
I think the secret is Dune is specifically designed for bent pens. And so if you bend a couple of pens,
Yeah. So it was interesting to hear Phil saying he's got all these problems. Like I think I've had 3 game lockup crashes where I've had to restart the game. 3 in 2 months, which for a new game, you shouldn't have any really, but I didn't think that was too bad. But yeah, the way Phil was describing it, he has a lot of problems. So I don't know if that's a bit of a driver issue. I don't know, maybe. I'm hoping.
Who knows?
I'm hoping that there's a big update coming. There's a test server at the moment testing the new update. I'm hoping that resolves all Phil's issues for him. But yeah, there's quite a lot of us still on there. In fact, it's growing. Corzan's joined us now. So we've got another new player. He's just bought the game. He's just bought a new laptop, so he's bought the game. Because his laptop can run it. And I didn't know this, but thanks to who was it who told me? Was it you, Chris? No.
What did someone tell you?
That on the G Portal website.
Oh yeah, I told you that.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you can have donations. I didn't know this because people were wanting to contribute to the server funds, the cost of a server. So they started like sending me money on PayPal, which I felt a bit uncomfortable. But yeah, thanks to Chris, you can actually have people pay directly into the G Portal account, which is brilliant now. So people have been doing that, and it's up to like we've got 5 months worth of money in there already. So that's just amazing. So I'll give a shout out to everyone who's contributed at the end of the show. What else? Is there anything else you want to know, Chris? Because I know you're wanting to play this, aren't you? So bad.
I will play this eventually. I definitely will. I don't have any. I don't think I have any more questions. I don't know if Kim has any questions.
No,
So,
I just
Kim-
like picking on him.
Yeah, well, don't we all?
Yeah.
Speaking of picking on people, it's first of all, before Kim, you tell us about what Gail's been up to. It is the first show of the month,
Oh,
and so in
calendar
the
time.
first show of the month, we need some firefighters.
All right, hold on. Oh dear, I can't believe I forgot. I must be slipping in my old age or something. Okay. I don't even know how to pronounce that name, so we're just gonna try. But we have Mitch and Darna. Yeah, and Darna. I'm gonna go with that. And so
All
I'm
right.
assuming Mitch is the firefighter and Darna is the cat, but it could be the other way around.
Could be the cat. That cat looks like a Mitch. That definitely looks like a Mitch.
I mean, I would have
Yeah.
named a cat Mitch, so I mean, I'd go for it. So yeah,
There we
there
go.
you go. Hang tight.
Excellent.
You missed it. Yep.
So what? So tell us what's up with Magic Pants.
Not a whole lot, but I did get a few days off this week, so I actually got to play some Baldur's Gate. Which for me, it's terrible because I can play that game and have like an hour aside to play that game. It feels like 15 minutes. So, because by the time, you go and do something and then, you go through your gear and you find new gear and then you sort through that and, then you look up and you've been there for 2 hours and you're like, oh shit. So, but I did take my monk to the Underdark and we ran into the Bulette, which if you've played in the Underdark and you've ran into the Bulette, you understand this completely. By the Susa tree where the hook horrors were. Mark probably knows where that's at, I'm sure. And, yeah, it did not go well for us. But we are only like a level 5, so, I mean, that's understandable. The first time, it almost wiped us out, but it didn't. And we beat it enough that it went back underground, so we went and did what we needed to do. And we were coming back there for some odd reason. Well, it showed up again. And the second time, me and Astarion were fine. I had Gale and Lae'zel with us. And we were stupid, because we were standing right next to the Susa tree, and that's like a big old drop, right? Well, the Bulette goes after Gale and Lae'zel, and what happens? It knocks Gale down, knocks him out. We have to revive him. But poor Lae'zel ends up down in the bottom of this pit, and she's dead. She's just gone. So, we get Gale picked back up, and we beat on the Bulette again, which if you're a monk, you would think that the monk would not be able to punch the Bulette and do any damage, but that's not the case. I was taking some pretty good health off of this Bulette just by punching it. So maybe the monk really is overpowered. I don't know.
The Fists of Fury.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I was taking big chunks. Not enough apparently to kill it, the first 2 times, because the second time after it kills Lae'zel, it burrowed back down to the ground. So there's surely going to be a third time, and hopefully we'll finally, kill the damn thing. But I got everybody back up, and we had to go back to Withers to bring Lae'zel back because her body was just gone. she was nowhere to be found. So yeah, so like I said, that took me close to an hour because we had to do that and get the Sousa bark, go back and make the little Sousa bark weapon, which Astarion got a dagger because that was the only thing we had on us at the time. Because what is it? It's a dagger, the what was it, longsword, and then the well, it's a little
I
hook
think you
hand.
can
I don't
do
know
a
what that's
dagger,
called.
a great sword, or an axe. I think is what you can
Something
do.
like that. But anyway, we only had the one thing on us, so Astarion ended up with that again, which, whatever, it's fine. So yeah, Baldur's Gate. I actually got some time this week, and it made me happy. And my hands aren't shaking anymore. So, so yeah, other than that, we played COD the other day, and of course we had that freaking Ninja Turtle that was a bullet sponge that nobody could kill. Oh my god. And the sniper that was looking like behind her and could end up shooting somebody in front of her, which is like, okay, how's that work? So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to do this week.
I think some of those weird skins, especially the ones that are like oversized, I think the advantage they give the player is some of the skin is actually outside the hitbox.
Yeah.
And so you think you're hitting them, but you're actually not.
Yeah.
That's my hypothesis. I can't confirm that, but that's my hypothesis.
Makes sense. Still aggravating, but it makes sense.
It is aggravating. It is aggravating. But what are you going to do about it? Anything else, Kim? That's been your gaming week?
That's pretty much it. COD, and I got to finally go back into Baldur's Gate for a while. Which somebody was giving me shit the other day because they're like, "We've got how many playthroughs going?" And I think it's like 6 at this point. And they're like, "Have you ended any of them?" And I said, "Well, no, I've got one at the third act, and we're close on that one. But you don't, I'm sitting there trying to explain how much stuff is in the third act and why it takes so long. I mean, and that's if you want to do everything. I'm not saying you do, but I kind of want to go through it and see what I can see. But yeah, so they were giving me shit about that. They're like, "You haven't finished it once?" I'm like, "You've never hit Act 3. Don't even,
I haven't finished Baldur's Gate either, so you're not alone. So well, speaking of, since we're talking Call of Duty, I did have a great time playing some multiplayer sessions this week with everybody. Rob has confirmed my theory about hitboxes and oversized skins. So thanks for the backup, Rob. And while we're looking at it, a little love to the chat because we got some people hanging out with us today. Welcome Jay, Inf the Bro, Snoogans, and saw Corzan floating in there. So welcome to the chat. So I've been playing some Black Ops 6. And I decided to jump in and play the campaign. I don't know that I've played a Call of Duty campaign since Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox 360. Generally, they just weren't something that I cared for. But I was looking at it and I was like, well, I got this. There's all this free Call of Duty content that I'm missing if all I do is play Black Ops 6 multiplayer. And it's been a pleasant surprise. I liked that the missions seem to vary. You start off with kind of a very standard, let's go through this corridor and shoot these bad guys and get familiar with the controls type mission. But then you immediately jump into a mission where you've got to sneak your way through the map, or you should sneak your way through the map. You don't have to. And then you immediately jump into then you go to a big open world mission where you're scud hunting and you've got to find all these sub objectives. It's almost like a little mini role playing game in a mission. And then I just finished the mission. I don't think I'm spoiling anything for anybody here. I just finished the mission where you go to the secret facility in Kentucky and learn about Case's backstory a little bit, and you get a little zombies preview. And so I've been enjoying it. I've been pleasantly surprised by it. I really liked the scud hunting mission, the little mini role playing game right in the middle there.
I've heard a lot of people say they've enjoyed the main campaign.
Yeah. I should hope so. They put a lot of effort into it, and people seem to really like Call of Duty. Have either of you played through this campaign? I think completely. You have.
No.
I haven't completely.
Okay.
Where am I? I'm in the desert. I think when the last I played, I was in the desert. I think I was in the desert. So
Yeah, that was a fun mission because you spend the time and you go do all these little sub objectives, and that you gain a mortar strike and an airstrike and a helicopter gunner, and then when you go to the end of that mission, you have a lot of extra assets available to you. So that was pretty fun. I like how you have the safe house and you find money during the missions and you use the money to improve the safe house. So it does have a little bit more of a role playing game feel, even though it is at its core a first person shooter. So pleasantly surprised.
All right, that's interesting that because like the Modern Warfare games are just completely linear. Just objective after objective to get to the end of that level.
And the missions generally are like that, although the one in the secret facility in Kentucky had 4 sub-objectives that you could kind of do in any order. But it was kind of a very limited. But in between every mission, you go back to the safe house and you can spend any money that you found to get better gear or better stats or things like that. So pleased with it. The other thing this week is I was introduced to Player Unknown Battleground. Is that what PUBG stands for?
Yeah.
I was introduced to PUBG. So thanks to Mark and Rob and Jay for introducing me to the calmest chaos that I've ever played in a video game. It seemed like every game was parachute in, kit up. From having watched the Vive la Dirt League sketches on PUBG, I thought really kitting up was going to be a lot harder, but jump in, find some decent kit, and then it seemed like wander around for a while, and then find some enemies. And generally, as soon as we found the enemies, I ended up dead. So that was my introduction to PUBG. Although there was the one guy that was held up in the one room that killed 3 of us trying to get into the same room. Which brings me back to the first rule of first person shooters: throw more grenades. Throw more grenades all the time.
The thing with PUBG
is my lesson.
It's been out for that long now. The people who play it tend to be quite hardcore, and they play the game all the time. Whereas, like for me and that, just playing it now and again, you have to play it constantly to be really good at it. But I just find it really fun, and I find it a good chill game and a good social game. You just have a lot of laughs, a lot of banter.
I agree. Yeah, I had fun with it, even though I felt like I didn't contribute a whole lot to the team. I had a good time with it. So more PUBG to follow. Maybe we can even get Sausage Fingers himself to come in and hopefully not run anybody over.
Yeah, don't let him drive.
It's just a shame there's no crossplay between console and PC. The only crossplay is between PS5 and Xbox. Because of the disparity between keyboard and mouse and controller. So there's never been any PC crossplay. So it's a shame that really.
Everybody just needs to get a PC. That's the answer.
Yeah. Okay. I keep dropping hints to Greg, but he doesn't have it. So
Well, he's got a Steam Deck that he forgot about. So just keep reminding him that he has a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I've been playing this week has been I've been trying to play through the story mode of Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm in. And then the last thing that I've been playing this week has been I've been trying to play through the story mode of Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm embarrassed to say I bought.
We've got gremlins.
Reconnected successfully. Let's see if we're back online. Sorry about that, everyone. I don't know what happened there. It's a software issue.
And we're back.
Are we online?
Yay!
Good.
Yeah, I'm looking at GTA 5 video right now.
Good.
Yeah. So I bought this on PlayStation 3 back in the day, and then I didn't play it because my kids were young and I just wasn't having a lot of time to play games. And then I got rid of the PlayStation 3, and so then I bought it on Steam a little bit ago, sometime before it came out on Game Pass. And so now it's available. So I bought this on whatever they are.
Luckily, I'm also recording this as well as streaming it, so I'll have to send Greg the recording because he won't better pull this off of Twitch. Looks like we're offline again.
All right.
Oh, hang on, no, we're showing
All right,
online now.
I think we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is quality.
Yeah,
quality
the
content,
connection
folks.
thing's gone green
Yeah.
again, and we're showing 2,600 kilobytes per second.
There we go. You get what you pay for in the entertainment world.
Yeah.
So I have to say that I have been enjoying the story mode, and I find the character of Franklin to be very relatable. The other two are just kind of train wrecks. Particularly Trevor is just such a menace. Like every time I have to play as Trevor, I'm like, how quickly can I not be playing as Trevor anymore?
It's such a good character, isn't it? It's just mental, isn't it?
I guess in that regard, he kind of is. He's always. It's interesting to watch to see how he develops, maybe because he's got the cronies that he's kind of abusive to, and then when he's with Michael, he's a little bit more. The power dynamic is a little more equal, I guess.
He's got a lot
so
of respect for Michael, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of tones it down a little bit. So we'll see if they develop that at all as I play through. But I also think that Rockstar are a bunch of freaking trolls. And here's for several reasons, but in this instance, one, the first time you have to fly a plane is before they teach you how to fly a plane, and so you just crash repeatedly. I was playing on a keyboard and mouse, and as I'm flying the plane, it says press W to accelerate, and then it's like 4, 5, 8, and 6 to control the plane. I'm like, why did you choose these buttons? And so then I went to Reddit, and they're like, oh, just switch it to the arrow keys. But the arrow keys you need for the phone. And so then I'm trying to switch all the key, and I end up with some things that aren't available anymore. So I just reset the defaults. And when I play Grand Theft Auto 5, I actually have a controller plugged in, and whenever I'm on foot, I use the mouse and keyboard. Yeah. And as soon as I get in a vehicle, I pick up the controller.
Yeah.
And I will say that it switches back and forth flawlessly.
Yeah.
Some other games don't do that very well. So at least there's that.
A few years ago, when you were on your podcast hiatus, I went down the rabbit hole of GTA role-playing game. And I was role-playing as a medic and also as a police dog, but we won't mention that. But yeah, as a medic,
that's the best part, Mark.
Yeah, but as a medic, I was a heli-med pilot, and I used to do exactly the same. I used to have a controller beside me, and when I had to fly a helicopter, controller, because there's no way you can control a helicopter with a keyboard and mouse. Well, you can, but you have to be a control god. But yeah, the controller sat beside you. Yeah, spot on, Chris. I do that exactly.
Well, same thing with races. So if I'm trying to do a race, I'll switch to the controller because I can just steer better with that. But it's great fun. I may even decide to try some online. I hear the GTA 5 online community is a bit toxic, but I might wade in there.
I think
see if
they
maybe
ruined it. Yeah, they ruined it when they introduced these flying bikes with missiles on. Because then you just get griefed with these missiles as soon as you get in the map.
That sounds fun.
There is a bit of a trick you can do to get your own sort of server with your own friends. Can't remember how you do it now, but for quite a while, Jay's lads were into this online side of it, and I was playing a lot of online with them. But yeah, I'm happy to jump back in online. But I think for how old this game is, I think it's. So I take it you're playing the enhanced edition on PC.
Yes.
Yeah. It just for a game what was out in 2013, it just looks like it was released yesterday. It's so good, and the animations of the sound. It's an awesome game.
They do sometimes. The controls are sometimes a little janky.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was doing the mission where you may or may not remember this, but you're casing the ship that Trevor wants to rob. And so you have to operate the crane. And so you climb up the ladder and you get to the very top of the crane. And then you have to hop up this little step to get to the cabin. and instead of hopping up the step, dude hopped over the railing and I fell to my death.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, just hit retry. But I was like, why? First of all, I don't think that's how those cranes are actually designed, because it's inherently dangerous. But also, why? Why would you do that?
Like,
So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
you can just like wander around the open world, and you can just stand on a street corner and listen to the AI NPCs, and some of the stuff they come out with is just hilarious. They must have so much audio saved in this game, and what some of the stuff I come up with, it's just amazing. I just love this game.
So there we have it. That's what I've been playing. Any last notes on what we've been playing? All right.
Nope.
Then it's time for a little soundbite, Mr. Mark.
Are we doing the quiz time? Is it? What are we on?
Quiz time.
Quiz time.
It's time for the quiz. Yeah, you know what? Oh, too bad.
Too bad. Okay, so lacking a bit of inspiration this week, I went with Tom Clancy games. So this week we're going to go through some of our favorites from the Tom Clancy. That's your Splinter Cells, your Rainbow Sixes, your Ghost Recons, and see how they've done throughout the years. So I've got a score spot for Mark and Kim. We'll see if anybody from the chat wants to play along. I'm gonna flip a. He's probably on the roof with the router. I flipped a fake coin and determined that Mark's going to go first.
Right.
So you're up first, Mark. And the first game in the shoot to this week is Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, the first one,
Right.
which was released in 2006. So what do you think the Metacritic, and this is on the Xbox 360. This is on the
Right.
Xbox 360.
Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Right. Oh god, this is an old one. So, I don't know. I know we always enjoyed the Tom Clancy games. We sort of like favoured them, but did the critics? That's the main thing. I'm going to take a rough guess at 75.
Mark's going to take a rough guess at 75.
Because it's the first of the franchise, it might have a few issues.
Corzan comes in with 83. It might. So Mark's at 75. Corzan's at 83. What do you think, Ken? Snoogans is at 80.
I'm going to go 85.
Kim is going to go 85. Give a second here. All right. Let me fill in my score sheet here. Everybody was a little bit skeptical about this game. The actual score was 90 for Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. So Kim takes an early lead, just barely edging out Corzan. Second in the list is a more recent game, Splinter Cell. Well, more recent-ish. Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Blacklist, yeah, that was a good game.
And this was released in 2013, and we're interested in the PC release for this one. Splinter Cell Blacklist for the PC. So, Kim, you're up first this round.
89.
Kim says 89. Over to you, Mark.
I really enjoyed this game. Is this one where you had the mark and execute as well, or was that the other one? Anyway,
I think so.
Yeah. I'm going to say 85.
85.
Yeah.
All right. So Kim taking a commanding lead. Once again, 90. Again, 90 for this one. Spoiler or just so everybody doesn't think I'm up to some gimmick, they're not all 90. As funny as that would be.
Is that the tenuous link? They're all 90.
No. The tenuous link is they're all Tom Clancy properties. So that gives Kim an early lead, up 3 on Corzan, so close. And then Mark and Snuggins are a close second there, which brings us to no Nintendo release this week because none of these Clancy games have ever been released on a Nintendo system. And so we're back to Mark, and this is Rainbow Six Siege, which was released in 2000. Yeah, which was released in 2015.
Yep.
And we're once again asking about the PC release.
Right. So this has just had its 10th anniversary. It has a huge following, and it is a superb game. I used to love Rainbow Six Vegas 2 with a terrorist hunt, and this sort of like changed all that. So still a good game. Oh my god, what would it be on Metacritic? Dare I say 90? No, because you said it won't be 90 again. I'm going to say 88.
Not 90, but 88. All right.
88.
Kim, Rainbow Six Siege on the PC.
Trying to think of when it came out, if it had some issues or not. I can't remember. Because I know Tony plays this now.
So,
and he enjoys it.
So. I don't want to sidetrack Kim, but you know the Metacritic scores? So it's been out 10 years. Does that score fluctuate then? As it improves, does that score go up? Or is that score when it launched? Because we could think it was shit at launch, like No Man's Sky, but the Metacritic might be really good now. How does that work?
That's a great question. I'll have to research that.
I've been thinking about that for weeks.
Quizzes.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that for weeks. Sorry, Kim, I've derailed you now.
That's okay. Because now I'm like sitting here. Now you've got me wondering, like, well, I had an idea, but because I was thinking when it first came out, there were some issues, but now, obviously now there isn't any. And like I said, Tony plays this all the time. I can't get into it, but Tony likes it.
I do miss the terrorist hunt side of things.
I'm sorry, say that again, Kim?
85.
85. All right. This one did take a bit of a beating at release. It was a 73.
Yeah.
So now Corzan pulls ahead. Kim and Corzan are close. 88 are 4 points apart, and 19 points later is Snuggins and Mark are both tied. So in the final round, we're gonna go to another excellent game, at least in my opinion, Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was released in 2017, and we're going to go with the PS4 version. 2017 PS4 release of Ghost Recon Wildlands, and it's Kim's turn first.
Okay. Fuck it. 88.
Kim says 88. When this hits 88 miles an hour, you're going to see
right?
some shit.
I loved this
All
game.
right, Mark.
I found
Final word to you.
I found it a little bit too long. I think it took me 80 hours. I think it could have been shorter, but I did love the game, and I love Breakpoint, which is very similar. I'm going to say 90.
90.
I'm going to
So this
one, Price is Right, Rob.
You Price is Right it in the wrong way.
Oh no!
This one actually took a little bit of a beating at 70.
Oh wow!
At 70, and so with that, we come to this week's winner is Corzan with a score of 25. Kim with 36 comes in second, and Snuggins at 54 and Mark at 55. I guess some bragging rights to Snuggins there for a 1 point victory over Mr. Wright. There we go. And that's our Metacritic Madness quiz for the week. Which means it's time for the next soundbite.
I got my show notes up. What's next on the list?
News. It's the news.
Sorry.
Here is the fucking news.
All right, and first up, Microsoft has begun rolling out age verification checks on its Xbox platforms in the UK. The new UK law forces companies that host adult content to verify the age of users via banking details or government-issued ID. While the Xbox verification is currently optional, this won't be the case for long. In 2026, Xbox users who wish to use voice or text communication with those outside of their friends list must verify their age. At the time of this writing, there's no similar check on PlayStation or Nintendo. So what do we think about this one? I guess we'll give the first word to the UK representative on today's show. What are your thoughts, Mr. Mark?
This new law what's being passed is a hot topic at the moment because initially it was just about protecting kids online, which I'm all for. But this Labour government, and I'm not far right or anything, people label me as far right for saying this, but Labour have added extra stuff into this law to censor anything you put on social media. All right? So even X has had to comply with this. So Elon Musk, who is an advocate for free speech, his platform is censoring posts now. If you mention anything negative about the government or illegal immigrants, which we are being inundated with at the moment, hot topic again, this gets censored now. And oh God, there's such a backlash over this law. If it was just about protecting kids, fair enough, but yeah, they've added these extra things in, and the Secretary of State has ultimate power over this law and can change these laws without any parliamentary approval. It's crazy how this has got through. But politics aside, yeah, for the main aspect of what this law's for, protecting kids, I'm all for that. Because kids shouldn't have access to certain things online. Now, what the government don't understand is how tech-savvy kids are. And they did not anticipate VPNs. A VPN bypasses this instantly. And some fucking idiot Labour MP was on the news the other day asking people not to use a VPN. Which... people are going to do the exact opposite and use a VPN, aren't they? As soon as he says that, so yeah, it's just a hot mess at the moment in the UK. Is this? So yeah, I'm all for protecting kids online, but yeah, this law sucks ass. So yeah, those are my words.
So it's interesting that you mentioned that because when I searched this law, the top 5 or 6 results were all articles talking about how the passage of it had led to an increase in VPN usage.
Yep.
Now, certain services won't let you use a VPN. Like the first ones that come to mind are most of the streaming services.
Yeah, Netflix won't. No, Netflix won't work with VPN. No.
Yeah, Disney Plus won't work with a VPN. I haven't tried with Amazon Prime, but I guess you can use a VPN on your Xbox console. So. I guess that is a way to get around it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Kim? Any other way to achieve the same result?
Not that I'm aware, but you mentioning this here the other day when Tony and Owen were both signing in to play Call of Duty. I noticed they asked for their birth date, which had never been asked before. So I didn't know what that was about, and I kind of had to fudge it a little bit because, of course, they're not technically old enough to be playing Call of Duty, but you can imagine what my nephews would be like if suddenly they couldn't play Call of Duty because of their age. So so if I don't show up next week, somebody's shown up and arrested my ass because technically lied, or they banned me or some shit. But yeah, that's the way the government is though. They're gonna put this thing out and they're gonna say, oh, it's for the kids, but then they're gonna slip as much shit into it as possible, so it clamps down on everybody else too. So
and it's gonna have repercussions across the world because. Last week, there were 3 delegates from the US Congress. I think it was Congress. Three US politicians came over, I think on behalf of Trump, to see some of our political leaders. I think they met with Nigel Farage and some others, and they were saying how it's already affecting the US indirectly, and it's going to have repercussions big time. So yeah, he's yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out, to be honest.
More to follow.
What
Yeah,
I
for
don't
sure.
understand is like a lot of these accounts, you have to sort of like verify stuff with a credit card and that. And if you've got a credit card and you're over 18, aren't you? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. It seems
It's a
that way.
difficult one. Yeah.
With my kids, they have teen accounts on Xbox.
Yeah.
And so if they want to play a game that's rated M for mature, I have to give them permission.
Yeah, exactly. And all my grandkids, when they're playing like Roblox or even their iPhones, everything can be controlled by Jay and Sam. So they can control their screen time, their internet time. They can control everything. And ultimately, that's where it should be. It should be parental control, not government control. So the parents should govern their own kids, technically. But not every parent's a model parent, are they? So yeah, it's a fucking minefield. If you go one way, you're a bad guy. If you go the other way, you're a bad guy. I don't think this is something any one person can win an argument on. It's a very difficult minefield of a situation. And yeah, ultimately, you need to protect the kids from accessing online pornography, suicide shit, instructions on harming, self-harming. You need to protect the kids from all that. But you also have to have some sort of parental responsibility, I think. That's my opinion.
Fair opinion. Last thoughts? Okay. Up next, Sony sues Tencent, claiming its Light of Motirum. That's the best I'm gonna do. Game is a slavish clone of the Horizon series.
I've heard this. I saw a video on YouTube about this. Yeah, it is a fucking dead ringer. All the enemy robot animals, all the moves are complete copies of the Horizon game enemies. So yeah, it's a complete clone. It's such a rip-off, man.
So the screenshots that I saw that I have seen shared, it certainly looks like that. It looks like it's 100% a rip-off. They just reskinned the game. Yeah. What I'm interested in here is what further reaching implications does this have, right? Can Activision turn around and file a lawsuit against another company for making a first-person shooter that has customizable guns and sliding and skins, right? Or did Activision steal that from somebody else, right? I think that's kind of the interesting aspect of this lawsuit. If it is a blatant case of stealing intellectual property, that's one thing. But then where is the line? How can you define the intellectual property there is the next question. Yeah. Have you looked at this at all, Kim? Taking a look at these two games?
Yeah, a little bit. And I'm with you there. I mean, where do you start? But it does definitely look like they just looked at it and go, okay, we can do that. We'll just tweak this and tweak this and tweak this, make it look a little different, and then there we go. So
even the main character, the hero, there's so much similarity. I think Sony's got a really good case on this. It is a blatant rip-off. Like when Palworld came out, it was a bit of a rip-off of Pokemon, but it was different enough, for him to get away with it. We aren't even try to be different. It's such an exact copy of that game with a few graphical changes. It's insane how they've copied this. It's just hilarious when you watch it with sort of like comparison videos.
Well, we'll see what happens. See what happens with this case. Find out if Tencent ends up paying some money, and if we suddenly start seeing some more of these lawsuits going around. And finally, to wrap up our news segment, Microsoft's Q4 earnings, which it's a little bit interesting to see after the recent round of layoffs. 2025 fiscal financial results They made $76.4 billion in revenue and a net income of $27.2 billion during the fourth quarter. That's not even the whole year. And what was it? I think they said $5 billion just from Game Pass, which is, those numbers are just staggering.
And what makes it worse? They've just laid a load of people off.
Yeah. We as gamers, I think, would hope that they would take all that profit and put it into some great content for us, right? Yeah. Attract some new customers.
All these Sony fanboys saying Xbox is dead and Game Pass isn't making any money. I think they're eating their words there, aren't they? Game Pass is Game Pass is keeping them alive, I think, isn't it?
I think you're right. I think Game Pass being available not only on the Xbox console but on the PC, on your smartphone, on your MetaQuest, pretty much anywhere you want to be, I think is something that's bringing in the bucks for Microsoft. Well, more than keeping them alive. This seems to be thriving.
Yeah. I know a lot of PC players who don't even have an Xbox console who pay for PC Game Pass because it's such good value. Really, you can't really go wrong.
I agree. It certainly is, especially if you have Ultimate and you can use it in your Xbox.
Yeah, the Ultimate. If you've got a console and the PC, the Play Anywhere is just amazing. I love Play Anywhere. Yeah,
I wish more games had implemented that sooner.
Yeah.
I might not have bought Outer Worlds twice. There we go. So, all right, Microsoft, you got all this money. Now we want to see some amazing games. And I'm not talking about Madden 26 and Forza Horizon 8. Let's see something innovative. There we go. And that's the news. Which brings us to our new release calendar. Miss Woods, if you please.
Alrighty. Yep, your new releases for this week. We have Kato's Post Office for PC on August 4th. Valiant Tactics for PC also on the 4th. Defiance for the PC on August 5th. And I still don't know for sure if that's a remake of the old game Defiance or not, but I need to look at it, I suppose.
Because when they released the original game, it was tied into a TV series, you remember?
Right.
I bought it. I bought into the whole lot. I
bought into it too.
Yeah. And it was a bit of a letdown, wasn't it? Because that was supposed to be a massive multiplayer online. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I'm going to put the trailer on now.
Alrighty. Well, while he looks that up, I'll keep going here. We have 1,000 Deaths for the PC on August 7th. Gradius Origins for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC on the 7th. Hidden Memories of the Gardens Between for the Quest and PC VR, August 7th. The House of the Dead 2 Remake for Switch and PC on the 7th. Wildwood Down for PC on the 7th as well. Here's one I know some are looking forward to. That'd be Mafia, The Old Country for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on the 8th. And last but not least, we have Slackjaw for the PC on August 8th as well. And those are your new releases.
It is a remake, Kim, because it says We Are Back. And I've just paused the trailer on that character. That character's from the first game. You remember him?
Yep.
He was in the TV series on the game, so it's definitely a remake. I don't know if it's a reboot or a remake.
Wow.
Interesting.
I wonder if it's going to be better, because I'm telling you, I was it was not my favorite game.
I'd be waiting for both critic and user reviews before I even go near this one. Yeah, I fell for it last time.
Yeah. Oh, it was awful.
And we all have such a backlog of games to play. There's really no reason to rush into anything.
I know.
Battlefield 6.
I've just bought fucking Hitman fucking Absolution on Steam because it was on sale. I don't know when I'm going to get to play it. Like, I've already played it on Xbox, but it's such a good game. It was only like £1.50. Fucking hell.
Well, at that price, you can't afford not to buy it.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I need to retire quick.
Well, I hope you have better luck with that than I do. I tried to retire and, well, it didn't work. So.
Yeah.
You got unretired.
Yeah, and like there's one game on there which sticks out to me, which is the Mafia game. I love the Mafia franchise and Mafia Old Country. That's
Right.
going to be hard not to buy. I'm going to have to wait, though. I'm going to have to wait. I've got too many games.
Yeah, you have to finish Dune first.
Well, that's a game
If
you
it's
never
even-
finish. No, you never finish Doom.
Oh,
If
Well, but,
anything,
you
Is that
Doom
how it goes?
finishes you.
in Soviet Russia, Dune finish you. Mafia Old Country. That does look pretty interesting. I'm just looking at it on Steam now. I might have to check that one out.
I recently
not that I
played.
need.
Yeah, I recently played the Mafia 1, the remake on Xbox. I know it might have been PlayStation. I think my nephew bought it on PlayStation, so I got access to it. So I game share with him on PlayStation. So good, man. And I remember Mafia 2 from back on the 360 days. It's just that opening when you're coming up back from the army, from the war, and it's snowing and the atmosphere and the music. Oh, such a good game. So many memories.
I thought that was you. I thought even one of you had played Mafia recently.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Speaking of playing games, Kim, if someone wants to
Yes.
play a game with us, where can they find us this week?
Oh, let me see. Let's see. We have Tuesday and Thursday. We're usually playing. Well, we haven't played Halo in a while, but it's there. Halo. We'll play COD maybe. And that's at least for an hour. And that's 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 my time, 8:30 Mark's time. So yeah, we've got double Fatal Fridays. So an 8 UK time and then 8 p.m. my time. I don't know, COD, PUBG, whatever whatever feels like playing, and then come off October maybe.
I
some
think-
Helldivers.
I was
yes,
just going to say,
Helldivers too, yeah.
a lot of us are talking about getting back into Helldivers because there's been a big update, and I know Iron Panda wants to join us with that as well. So yeah, I want to get back into Helldivers.
I think
I
we're
will
going
when
to
it
see a
comes out for Xbox.
surge. Yeah, in about 3 weeks, we're going to see
Yeah.
a surge of
Yeah.
when all those ODST vets come dropping in.
Yeah. Xbox gets the game on the 26th of August.
Yep.
There we go.
So be forewarned. I'm going to kill you all, and I'll feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So-
You will not be alone. We
No.
all have killed each other multiple times.
So I've seen some funny videos online about what experienced Helldivers are going to do to the newbies. So they're going to say, I've got this great rucksack for you. And they put a hell bomb on the back and activate it. And then the guy runs off and boom. But yeah, there's going to be some right
those
shenanigans.
I
Yeah.
will not trust any of you. So
Don't
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right,
It's like a Black Ops game. Trust no one.
exactly.
There we go. Mark, if someone wants to get a hold of the show, how do they get a hold of the show?
They can email us at aocpodcast@gmail.com. They can tweet us on Twitter or X, as it's now called. I'm not on there anymore because it's a cesspool of shit. But yeah, they can tweet us at OC_podcast. Facebook, another cesspool. fb.ocpod.com. I don't know if that link still works. We need to check that because that's an old link. But we're on Facebook, so just search Overseas Connection. Podbean for the show. The Overseas Connection, or you can get us via your podcast app of choice. We're all on there. So, yeah. Or you can join our WhatsApp group, or the Future. Why is it not in there? Join the Future and join our Discord channel. So, yeah, we have an active Discord
This
channel.
whole link is on the podcast deal. So I post it every week.
Yeah. So,
There you go.
join our Discord channel. It's quite active at the moment, especially with the Dune chat with the Spice Girls. Shout out to
There
my
we go.
girlies.
All right. Well, while you're shouting everybody out, keep it going, Mark.
So talking of shout outs to Dune, I want a big thank you to everyone who's contributed to the server running costs. Like I said, there's absolutely no obligation to contribute. It's not a lot. It's £9 a month. I don't mind paying for that for the amount of fun we're getting out of it. But these guys have all contributed, so we're set for 5 months. And that is Gary DeFelice, Sumu, aka Christian Barclay, Filthy, our very own Phil, Iron Panda, aka Scott, I don't know his surname, sorry, and Gunslinger, who is Tom. So thank you everyone for contributing. And we're set for at least 5 months now, so brilliant. Dune will never die. Just getting it started and warmed up for Chris.
Are you like the Goonies or something? You'll never die.
Yeah, no. Us girls stick
The
together.
Goonies.
Yeah, the Doonies. Yeah, the Doonies. Yeah, so that's my shout out for this week. Over to Kim.
Alrighty. A shout out to my dad, 75 years old, and I had him up on the roof cleaning out the gutters and making sure that, we don't get rained on inside the house. So shout out to him for that. I did make him some cinnamon rolls, so, I was nice about it. And I did make sure and watch him while he was on the roof in case he fell off. I was there to call, 911 and be like, okay, Dad fell off the roof. Ambulance. So shout out to him. I hope everybody has a good week this week. Shout out to our shatters, which is Imp the Bro, which is Jay, Snoogans, and Corzon for being in the chat today. Thanks, guys. You're the reason we do this show. Otherwise, we're just talking amongst ourselves, and well, we don't really need to record a podcast for that. We do it every day. Anyway, shout out to my paranoia because I thought my house was burning down, but it is something up the road that apparently was burning. So over to Chris.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to shout out Wayne Brady because he's an excellent entertainer and we had a great show. I'm going to shout out the two of you for being here today. And we're all going to wish Greg well at the Bridal Exposition. And one last shout out to Mark, Jay, and Rob for introducing me to the chaos that is PUBG. We'll be back next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. Look for us online. Hop in a game. We are playing games. That's why we do this. And we're gonna close it out there. Take care, everybody.
Kim, is that some smoke behind you?
Yeah, right.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.